I'm Esther Dillard with The Color Between the Lines. And in 2024, The Color Between the Lines is going to be changing a little bit. We're going to be offering more book reviews and interview mashups of interviews that I did on the Black Information Network. The interviews are going to feature, of course, authors and writers talking about their books, as well as giving you insights on author tips and how you can publish your own story. I invite you to please smash that subscribe button so I can continue to give you more of this kind of content on this channel. Today is episode 1 of a Look at a Book series. I'm going to be sharing the holiday book picks that a lot of Black-owned bookstores gave to me just a few weeks ago. A lot of it didn't air on the Black Information Network because they just didn't have enough time. So let's get right to it. The holiday book picks for 2023. Up first on the East Coast is Hakim's Bookstore, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's oldest Black-owned bookstore, with Brother Chris saying this might be a good time to pick out your gifts for Kwanzaa.
With the continuation of Kwanzaa becoming more and more popular in the communities nationwide, as well as locally here in Blackadelphia, we offer the full Kwanzaa set here, all the way down to the corn, the mat, the cup, the Kanara, the candles, and we also have books that educate us. What They Never Told You in History class is a pretty popular one. That one is constantly being requested. With this season being the season that a lot of humanity is being reminded of the loved ones and people that they cherish being gone. We have some people coming in and asking for books on grief, especially for the young ones. So a good one for the little ones that are trying to process and deal and navigate their way through the grief. Good Morning. It's a kid support guide for grief and mourning. And it's actually written by a child author, and it actually serves as not just a reading material, but a journal as well. So it allows them to kind of get some of that weight off of them. Another recommendation that we had that's pretty popular and always sells out is The Spirit of Intimacy. It's a great title that really just gives reminders on the ancient ways and the ancient standards of just building up and building a criteria for love and relationship. So it's a really good book. It constantly sells out, and I feel like those would be some really good top 3 picks that are moving out of here a lot more quickly than we expected.
The flavor changes as you move west to Chicago, Illinois, to the Underground Bookshop. Norrell Harris says he recommends this book about Black business.
The name of the white wall, that's on finances and how big finance bankrupt Black America. That's a great one because it's a continuation of another book called The Color of Money.
Off we go to the St. Louis, Missouri area to visit the EyeSeeMe African American Children's Bookstore and owner Jeffrey Blair. He says a new kid-friendly favorite this year is
Santa Has to Go Home. And our family gets to house Santa. He's African American because his sled broke down. But then while he's there, he's like, eating all the food, and he's just taking over the TV, and he's doing all types of things. And after like a couple of days, they're like, you know what, Santa got to go. So it's a funny story. and I think he's a great writer. Derek Barnes, he has quite a few books out, so it was really good. So I think that would be a great fun read as well, during this time of the year. One is the story of Adam and Eve, actually, and it's written by my wife Pamela, one of the co-owners of the store. So we started out, before we opened the store, we started out with actually my wife writing a few children's books to sort of fill that gap. And as I mentioned, one of the things, whether we're speaking about in society and history in America, before America, even in the Bible, for our children to see themselves in those pages that they read. So even this time of year, as the stories of the Bible gets illuminated because of the season that we're in, it's important that children also see themselves in those stories.
Now off to Texas. In Dallas, Akwate Tayimba runs the Pan African Connection Bookstore, Art Gallery, and Resource Center. She recommends what she calls foundational books.
One book that comes to mind is, of course, the autobiography of Malcolm X. And you can make it a special gift. You can get it in paperback, but it really would be special if it were a hardback edition. That one book will inspire you to read 200 more books. There's one called I Like My Spots, and it's about this little girl who has vertigo, I think, the condition that changes your skin.
It's vitiligo.
Exactly. It changes your skin color, lightens, and discolorization. But this is a beautiful little book about a little girl that smiles through this condition and sees her beauty and as she is. So it's a beautiful book. That one is, and children's books Black children's books are the best gift to give children because they just are gifts that never quit giving. You can pass these books on after the children have grown up, but these books definitely build confidence and self-esteem in our children. So, and also we recommend, of course, African art. We are a bookstore that, of course, we are very diversified. We sell African art, African jewelry. And when I say African art, I mean wood carvings and masks and things that reflect your culture, things that tell stories through our art that are created for our problem solving and for our upliftment. So African art is also very, very special gift to give.
Finally, we're off to shop at Malik Books in Los Angeles. Owner Malik Muhammad says,
controversy sells. So Jada Pickett's book, obviously, Worthy is a hot book. But we did a book signing with Cedric the Entertainer, and his book, Boxcar, was a big hit for us when we hosted Malik Book. Now, I think that book is a great book. Why? Because it's written by a man, and it's funny, and it's a character that I think that a lot of people can relate to.
Muhammad hopes, like all these bookshop owners, that you'll take the time to walk inside a Black-owned bookstore and spend some of your holiday money. Every dollar circulating in your community helps build it by supporting jobs and families in the Black community.